What is up, everyone? I'm coming on here for a couple of plays for today. Now, yesterday we did hit this big 5.5x. Again, every time we hit a 5x, a 6x, a 9x, a 10x, whether that's in a 3-man or a 4-man, those are normally really good days for us. And overall, we were profitable yesterday. Even though you're going to see a couple of losses on the screen, as I always talk about, we lose more than we win record-wise. Okay, so when you're going through your PrizePicks account, if you're on the VIP, even if you're taking these free picks every day, you're expected to lose more than you win. You're going to have more losing entries than winning entries, but the winning entries, when they pay 5x, even 3x, right? You're not going to win as much as you lose on PrizePicks. That's just a fact of the matter. That's how the website is, okay? So you'll see here a 4.5x, a 5.5x pays us 4.5 units. So the reason is because one unit goes to the pick, and then the rest of the units is profit for us. So 4.5 units from this. Josh Giddey goes ahead and hits his under. I talked about this one pretty much all week. We took it on Monday. We took this intro on Monday, okay, guys? And it ended up hitting literally Thursday night, okay? So make sure to take these entries. You know, some of these basketball entries and stuff, I took them early just because basketball was not going on all week until yesterday. But we took him at 15.5. He bumped all the way down to 13. He might have even bumped lower than that. I just didn't check. And he ends up getting 9 rebounds and assists. So really good call there. Same thing with Caps and Hansama. This is a 3x. So we ended up getting 2 units for this, okay? So I want to show you guys that, you know, we end up getting 4.5 units, and then we end up getting 2 units from this. And then here's a miss on the VIP. Here's a miss yesterday on the free pick, on the pick on the channel. Here's a pick that misses. Here's a pick that misses. Here's the pick that misses, all right? So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 misses. So that means we go down 5 units from these misses right here, okay? So I'm just going to put a big -5 right here, big -5 units. And then right here, though, we have 4.5 units, of course, so we went up, and then 2 units, so we went up. If you add those together, that is 6.5 units, okay? So if you do the math and you have 6.5 units minus 5 units, that is 1.5 units overall that we went up yesterday. So again, overall profitable day. It might not look on it like at the screen right here. You could say, hey, maybe you missed an entry or something that you forgot to screenshot. I didn't, but maybe I did. Then okay, we went up 0.5 units or something. Overall, still a profitable day. And again, that's not even counting the Houston Rockets the Houston Rockets money line that we took on REBET. I believe 2 days ago we took this on REBET, and this was our first straight bet in quite a while. And by a while, I mean about 4 days. Just because the NBA wasn't really going on, I really like to only bet straight bets on the NBA and on the NHL. Really, just because that's the only thing that you can really bet straight bets on. You can't really bet straight bets on eSports on ONYX and REBET. Would love if you could, but you can't. And then I do want to show the performance. Now, this is inflated by probably about 2 units. The reason being is because this entry right here and this entry right here are technically still going on. So they haven't actually counted as a loss yet. When these guys finish their games, they're going to count as a loss, and then we will go down. This graph will show down to like 39.5 then, because we went down 2 more units. All right. So again, just showing you guys how these things are tracked. These things are tracked on Pikkit, by the way. It is a third-party verified app. So all you do is you link your PrizePicks account to Pikkit, and then Pikkit goes ahead and it just has all that information. It can just track your win and losses through Pikkit, and you're able to like set your unit size and everything. It's super cool to do so, and I highly recommend everyone is tracking their bets here. As I said at the very, very beginning of this video, if you guys look at the record, we have a ton more losses than we do wins record-wise, and again, it makes sense because when we win, we hit like a 6x or a 10x or a 9x, and again, when those hits happen, you're going to get a lot more out of the win than you do out of the loss, okay? So we can maybe only hit, if we hit 1 10x every 10 entries, we would actually just completely break even, all right? So if you had 9 losses and then the 10th one, you hit a 10x, you would break even, but you would actually have like 9x the amount of losses than you do wins, right? But you're completely break even. And again, that is how we're in the green here, having a not a positive record, if that makes sense. I do also track all my straight bets. These are going to be on REBET and on ONYX odds, which I will get into. I have another straight bet in today's video. With my straight bets, though, I am actually in the green. So we are record-wise. Well, we're in the green for both the parlays and the straight bets, but I mean record-wise, we had 57 wins so far this year and 38 losses. And again, we have kind of been just not taking straight bets the past couple of days, and you'll see that with a little bit of flat line here. And then we did hit Rockets money line, which wasn't the craziest play ever, but I'll take it. And again, we are up about 20 units so far on the straight bet. So overall, on the year, if you took all my straight bets and you take all my parlays, we're up about, I don't know, 55 to 60 units so far on the year. And we're midway through February. So overall, pretty good. Is it the best thing ever? No. Is it obviously bad? No, because profit's great. And we're actually up a decent amount as well. Okay. So first pick in today's video, guys, is going to be on REBET. All right. REBET is what I took Rockets money line on. Rockets went ahead and hit for us last night. Now tonight, we are going to take Pacers money line against the Wizards. I think the Pacers generally are just undervalued. I think they are a better team than they actually seem. And again, they're playing the Wizards. That's not a very good team either. So this is going to be kind of not a very good game, really. But maybe we'll make it a little bit more exciting that we are betting on it here. But we are taking the Pacers money line against the Wizards, guys. I talk about REBET all the time. It is one of those apps that you can bet straight bets on in a lot of different states. All right. So I'm in Texas. Texas traditionally doesn't have like the FanDuels and the DraftKings of the world where you're able to bet on those, but with REBET you can actually bet on money lines and spreads and over-unders. And again, you know, in 2026, I always talk about it, you need to have different apps at your disposal. All right, PrizePicks is great. I love PrizePicks. We probably bet 90% of our entries on PrizePicks. I like them I like them as in taking bets on them. I think some of the things they do are a little bit shady, but it is what it is, right? Everyone loves PrizePicks, so I send out a lot of entries on PrizePicks and try to make people money on those popular apps. But if you don't have Sleeper, if you don't have REBET, if you don't have Chalkboard, ONYX Odds is another one that you can take straight bets on, but Chalkboard is another one that gives out discounts every day. So all these different apps, you can think about it just adding like a weapon to your arsenal, so to speak. And again, in 2026, you're leaving money on the table. Literally, you're leaving 19, 20 units of profit so far on the table this year if you do not have an app like REBET or like ONYX Odds, because this is where we've been taking our over-unders, our money lines. If you guys saw the Seahawks money line that we took for the Super Bowl, obviously biggest game of the year, and we did go ahead and hit on that there. So again, REBET, $100 deposit match in the play of the day is Pacers money line. If you are interested in getting REBET, text me REBET to my number right here on the screen, 512-270-0440. It's my personal number, guys. I'll respond to you within like 5 minutes. You'll get 2 months of the VIP for that. And then with ONYX Odds, you'll get 1 month of the VIP for that. And with ONYX Odds, it's the same sort of app. But when you spend 10, you get $100 in free picks. So you're getting completely free money on ONYX. You're actually getting a complete 10x your money. $10 for $100, and you're not even losing the $10 either. So you're pretty much getting a free $100 on ONYX. It's really crazy. Same thing with Kalshi, guys. You can sign up for Kalshi, get 1 month free. With Kalshi, it's just a $10 deposit and a $10 trade. Really simple to do, so it takes like 5 minutes. And then I know a lot of you guys do not have Kalshi, because I've been getting a ton of people signed up for Kalshi because it is a relatively newer app and I haven't promoted it much, but love Kalshi so far. It's been great for you guys to sign up for. Now, in the title, guys, I did say NBA and Call of Duty. You guys got the NBA pick. Call of Duty has been great for us, honestly. Call of Duty, it only happens on the weekends, so we do have to wait normally till like a Friday, Saturday, Sunday, but when those do happen, they're really, really great. Now, I had a video last week with Call of Duty, and it was centered around Call of Duty, and I talked about COD for quite a while in that video, and I had a lot of arrows, and I feel like I was maybe a little bit confusing, but with Call of Duty, guys, you have two teams playing each other, all right? This is the play that we hit last week, by the way, in Call of Duty. You get a complete 3x for it, but I feel like I might have overcomplicated it. Maybe I did, maybe I didn't, but with Call of Duty, guys, with any sport or esport, you're going to have two teams playing each other, okay? You have this LAT team, which is LA, and they have this Toronto team right here. So Toronto's purple, LAT is this like kind of black striped team right here. So if LAT is winning this game, they're going to dominate the other team. They're going to get stats. They're going to get more kills. If you guys have played any games like this on the Xbox or on the computer or whatever it is, you guys know that when you're winning, you're going to go around and you're just going to go around dominating the opponent, right? Just getting all the stats possible, and your team's winning, so you're doing good stuff for your team and everything like that. So if that does happen to LAT, they're probably going to go over their kills and over their KD, right? They're going to have more kills than deaths in this Call of Duty game because they're doing very well. Their team generally is winning. That's going to mean that they just have more momentum, and they're just taking over the map and just doing whatever they want with the map right there, okay? So they're probably going to go over their KD, which pretty much just means he needs to have more kills than deaths in his game that he plays, right? Which is this game right here, LAT versus Toronto. So these guys are playing each other. other, right? So again, if this team right here is winning, I'm going to put a big W here. By the way, they're heavily favored. They're like minus 500 favorites, which, you know, if you know what that means, it means they probably have like an 85% chance of winning. And that's Vegas setting that. That's not me setting that and acting like some COD expert. That is Vegas setting these lines that they are minus 500 to win. So if LAT does indeed win, that means that the other team that they're playing is obviously going to lose, right? You have a winner, you have a loser. I don't really have to explain that. If this team loses, they're probably not going to do very well, right? So if this team wins, they're going to do very well. If this team is the losing team, because, you know, this has to happen together, one team wins, one team loses, then they're probably not going to do very well, and they're probably going to go under their kills, okay? Now, I really like taking these KDs and these 1 through 3 map kills and stuff like that, because first of all, you don't get any payout shift, okay? So if you do another sort of combination, sometimes they'll payout shift you down to like a 2x or a 2.5x or a 2.2x, and that's really bad to take that, because every little, you know, point of multiplier that you can get in betting is going to really, really benefit you long term, one. And I really like just kind of the setup here, and this is exactly how we've hit quite a lot of entries. You know, maybe I have some other screenshots of Call of Duty recently. Yeah, here's a pick. I think this was from like last week or something, and you guys will see I'm kind of explaining very similar stuff that I explained in today's video. But you'll see in Call of Duty, guys, you know, I took the overs, I took the unders on one team. This team right here ended up taking the W. This team right here ended up taking the L, and you guys see exactly what happened, right? Actually, I'm seeing another one right here that the same exact thing happened, the under and the over. So Call of Duty's been great. Hopefully you guys understand why it's so great, and it's very correlated together, right? Because you have two teams playing each other. One team's going to win. If one team wins, the other is obviously going to lose, and these guys are going to go over and under together respectively, right? It's the same thing we do in League of Legends. It's the same thing we do similar to in the NFL, where you take a player like Sam Darnold and Jackson Smith and Jigma to go over together or under together, and if one team does bad, then they're both going to do bad. If their team does very good, then they're both going to do very good. Okay, so it's very correlated together. Counter-Strike is and Call of Duty is. So play of the day here with a busy CleanX and Joe Device, and then play of the day here with Pacers Moneyline. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up here, and I'll see you in tomorrow's video.